It was so sad. See a lot of parents on here estranged from their children, and they're saying how sorry they are and they wish they had a second chance and making these videos. And then I see children on here talking about how they wish they had somebody that would help them. They don't have a village, da-da-da. They have nobody there for them, and, sad. And I just wonder, what would happen if they reached out to each other? If both sides said, I'm sorry, I miss you, I forgive you, I love you. I was wrong in how I acted. All of that. Let's put it behind us. I just wonder, See, one of the greatest things the enemy has ever done is destroy families. Where did that start? Well, I can tell you couple places here in America. Started with the women's rights movement. Get the women out of the home, get them in jobs. They don't need a husband. They're not home to protect and take care of their children. They're not there to teach their children. They're not there to be a helpmate to their husbands. Okay? Wars is another one. Get the dad out of the home. Destroy him. Either he loses his life completely or he loses his mind. Either way, war will take away the fathers. Then you have the education system. Take the kids, force them to sit in a room at a desk where they can't move for 8 hours or more a day. Be the one that's indoctrinated them with all the things that you want them to believe and think, and slowly cut off the ability of the parents to have influence and control over their children. Throw in CPS. Throw in the mental health, where they want to label everybody. Normal children they label as overactive and drug them. TVs, movies, books, all of it. Look at the stuff, the seeds that are planted from those things in children's minds, and tell me it hasn't been planned. School curriculums. Do parents have any clue what children learn in them classrooms? Any clue? I look back at some of the lessons they try to force down on us in social studies and all that stuff. Social studies. They went from civics to social studies. Why is that? Who did that? The DARE program. What was that really all about? How many kids learned about drugs because of that program? I know so many kids that told me that that's where they learned about drugs and that's what sparked their curiosity. Yeah. Our family is where we get our support, where we're supposed to be safe and protected, where we find strength and courage and acceptance and love and all that good stuff. And yet, that kind of family is rare today. I was watching my boss and his family yesterday. They were doing some stuff, his wife and his son, and I went out to help for a minute, but then I didn't stick around too long because I felt like I was intruding on a special, time for them. So I helped a little bit, and then I came inside and just watched them from the window, and I got so much joy from watching them. They were working, they were taking care of business, but they were laughing and they were encouraging each other. And I mean, it was just, and his son is a young man. He's not a child, so I just love it. It's so rare and it's so beautiful. And, their marriage, and you can see that God blesses them because of their obedience to Him in their lives. You know, I watch how they treat each other and they treat other people. I watch, you know, just, I don't know. It's beautiful, you know, and to those of you who are married and have families, and, you know, don't underestimate the power that God, how God can use your marriage and your family as the powerful testimony that God can use by that for others. Showing the world what it looks like to walk in obedience to God within your home, in your marriage, in your family, and see how God blesses those who do that. I didn't do that when I was young. I was an idiot. I had no business getting married, honestly. I was so broken. And anyway, yeah, it's, can you imagine, though, truly, if all people, families, starting in your own home, within your own family, you reached out to those that you know, you have a conflict with, and you don't even, you just say, hey, you know what? I don't want to be in conflict with you. It doesn't really matter. I just want you to know you matter to me. I love you, and even if we disagree on things, I love you. And I pray that you're doing well. And as I'm saying this, I'm thinking this, I'm praying this over people, over my own family, over friends, over just in general, people that I've known and know in my life. I pray this every day, really. And I pray for, you know, that those who have hurt me, that God would let them know that I forgive them, that God would heal them, you know, from whatever hurt they're suffering from, that they would hear his voice and come to know him and be healed and free from all that bondage. And I pray that for people I've hurt. You know, I pray for forgiveness. I pray that God would heal them and bless them. You know, especially my children and my family that loved me and I hurt them. And my children most of all, truly. They suffered more than anybody from my brokenness. And I just pray that, you know, that God will put it in their heart that they are loved, that, you know, I pray they know I love them, but more than anything, I pray they know God loves them. I pray that he heals them, that he blesses them. I pray that he doesn't hold it against them, you know, how they have had to deal with things because of the pain that they suffered it because of me being their mom, you know. I always joked, you know, my daughter's amazing. She survived me raising her all by myself. She did. Yeah. I just pray for families today. I pray for marriages that are suffering, that God would heal them, that those husbands, wives would find that love that brought them together in the first place, that he would just bring supernatural healing and blessings, and that they would just have a renewed love for each other, you know, and that would flow over into their relationships with their children, with their in-laws, with everybody around them, you know. That God would just put his hand on their marriage, on yours if this is you, you know. That he would just put his hand on you and bless you and protect you and your family. But anyway, I love you guys. I'm praying for you. And for us who God has set apart to be alone and, you know, isolated, whether for a season or that's our purpose. Sometimes I think it's my purpose. I seem to have a much stronger faith with him when I don't have anybody in my life to distract me. That kind of sucks. But if that's what it